So here's a quick update on our castle facade. The girls did a really good job of placing the bricks down, and after they left, the boys and I just squished the blocks a little bit closer together, and a couple of them I had to cut down. So this part, the column part in the front, was a little higher based on the picture than the rest of it, but I think it's coming along pretty good. Now I looked closer at the picture that I'm using as a reference, which is from the Snow White Adventure dark ride from Disneyland, and it looks like both sides are pretty much mirror images from each other. So we did the best we could finding blocks from the dungeon, and we got this pretty close. So sorry, that's my AC unit. Ugh. Anyway, just wanted to give you guys a quick little update so you can see where we're at. I still have to do this top part, and yeah, I ran out of liquid nails, so I will get some more and I will continue working on it this week. There you guys go. Here's a quick little update on our castle facade. As you can see, I got all the stones down. It took 7 tubes of liquid nails. Not too bad. Plus, I got the pool noodles down for the archway. I had to put some sandbags down and I taped it a little bit so it would lay flat. So there it is, and I had to use a couple pieces that weren't painted because I had to shave it off because I was running out of the exact pieces that I wanted. So all I have to do is hit that with the you know, some heat, and then I can make it look stone, just like the other pieces. And then I can paint it, and obviously the whole thing needs to be touched up anyway, because there's a lot of little chip pieces off these foam pieces. So not too bad. So it's coming along. You noticed I cut that piece out of the middle with a jigsaw, and then there's a little piece here, and then there's a little piece here cut out, and that's where the pieces of wood are going to stick through to hold up that drawbridge chain. I haven't yet made the chain yet, but I will soon. As soon as this thing dries, I'm going to hit those pieces with the heat gun, paint it, touch up the paint, and that's pretty much it for the front. I have to use these 2x4s to nail them together from the back, and then I'm just going to use these stand-ups to mount it upwards. And then the 2 pieces fit in the back, which are the same pieces that are going to be mounted to from the ground. And then I just attach the chain. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some pallets for the drawbridge, just some pallets that I had from last year. So anyway, there's the progress, and I will show you the final one pretty soon. Alright, so here where we are on the castle facade. As you can see, I got it propped up. The 2 pieces and then the top. And then everything's been painted gray. The backboards are poking through the back right there. And then I made the fake chain out of pool noodles. Let me tell you how much fun that was not. The original plan was to use pipe installation, but Home Depot failed me and didn't have enough of the right size. So then I had the pool noodles, and I was in a bit of a crunch because we're using the castle facade for my son's Cub Scout event. So I just cut up the pool noodles and I slipped them together. Of course, the holes in the pool noodles weren't big enough, so then I had to open it up and cut it larger so they can fit together. And then I ended up having used packing tape to close up the openings because they were just getting pulled apart a little bit. And in case one of the boys yanks on it, which hopefully they won't, but it should hold at least for now. And then of course I had to spray paint it, which using the pipe insulation would have been great because it was already the right color, but that's okay. I think they end up being cost-wise a wash. because the pool noodles were cheaper, but then I had to get the metallic spray paint, but that's okay. And then I had to go real quick with the portcullis because I wanted to make it out of wood, but then I ended up just making it out of duct tape. I even used a really cheap duct tape. You can see on the back that I hate that stuff, so I just wanted to use it up. So I used that for the back, and then I just duct taped it to the back. So here you can see get away from the sun, you can see the back side. So I've got the two stands that I use over and over again. They're 7 feet tall with a base, and I just have a bunch of sandbags on it. Normally what I do is I poke a hole at the bottom and I put a piece of rebar, but this is just temporary. And then it's just basically screwed with some brackets. You see some brackets there? Yeah, and then the top, it's got a 2x4 connected to the 4x4, and then it's screwed into the back, and it's holding on pretty good. Unfortunately, the ground's a little uneven, so that's why you see a bit of a gap between one and the other. So I'm going to have to fix that somehow for the haunt. I just don't have a whole lot of flat areas in my backyard, but anyway, you get the idea. Let me show you the front again. So there's the stand, and I just have a couple pieces of pallets, and you can really see how uneven the ground is with the pallets because they're kind of just slightly lopsided, but it works. You get the idea. So imagine this in the dark with some really cool lights on it. Maybe I'll see if I get a chance to play with the lights for you guys so you can see, but this is intended to be the Evil Queen's castle. So through the haunt, they will go through the graveyard and then come through the spooky forest where Snow White gets all scared in the forest, and then and then the haunters, then she finds the dwarves and everything, but then the haunters will cut to the scene where they see the Evil Queen's castle, and then they will go through the castle like this, and then there's going to be a long hallway, and then that's going to go to the scene with the old hag where she's making her witch potion with a poison apple. So I think this will work. I'm pretty okay with it, and the top part just disappears into the blackness. So that's the intention. I'm not going to have the top of the castle completely done. This is as far as I'm going to go. So anyway, there it is. I hope you guys like it. I think it came out pretty nice, and I'm going to go ahead and touch up some of the paint, maybe put a few stones at the top there. I think I'm missing a keystone. We'll see about that. But using old stuff I already had, came together pretty good. Alright guys, one more shot. I'll go way back here. Got my tree in the way, but you can kind of see it, how big it is. And that's our castle facade. Thanks for watching. Happy hunting.